Well, hey there folks, and welcome back once again to the Hop House. It's Eddie here, and it's time for another beer review. This is a virgin beer review, so meaning I've not had this beer before. If you just found us here on YouTube, welcome along to the Hop House. We like hoppy beer, we like good house music. We're on the beer side, and we're doing a couple of stouts, so it's not necessarily hoppy as in New World hops, really in your face kind of stuff. It's December after all. We're a week and a half away from Christmas, and you know, Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. It's cold outside, I've even got a jumper on, and you want something a bit darker, a bit more indulgent at this time of year, and also something to warm you up on those cold winter nights. So shall we crack on with this one? Okay, so I've had this one a couple of months, I think. It's from a Yorkshire brewery, and I've only had one beer from them before, which was also a stout, funnily enough. And it's this from Childe Brewing. It's their Brownie Huntress. And if you can see, it is a chocolate fudge stout, export chocolate fudge brownie stout, 7.4% in the ABV. Also note, it's won 2 awards. So in the World Beer Awards, 2020, so last year, it's won the World's Best Style winner and the United Kingdom winner. So that must be stout, is it? Or maybe because it's like a chocolate fudge stout, is it like a junky stout rather than just a straight up stout? Or it says export stout, so is that classed as an imperial stout? Imperials are usually a bit stronger than that, aren't they? 440ml can. This was in Morrisons, so I got this from Morrisons. It was either £3 or £3.50, around that much. It wasn't as much as 4 anyway. So that is what the beer looks like. Should we get it out into the glass? So 7.4%, you'd expect it to be quite thick. You know, have a good body to it. 7.4% at the end of the day. Right, let's get her out in the glass and see what the appearance is like before we jig and whiff away. I will have to do 2 pours on this because it's not going to take the whole can. Oh yeah, look at that. Some great head on that. It is jet black in the glass. Bit of a... It's more like a sandy coloured head. It's not quite tan beige. Well, it's light beige. It's you know, it's slightly off white. Creamy colour. Beige, not quite beige. I think it's a bit lighter than beige. Jigs around in the glass very nice. So look at it jig. And the bubbles chase the head really good. That looks really good. Do like the look of that. Apologies for this light in the spotlight here. I know I've said it on previous videos. It's shining on my head as well. Spotlight's knackered, it don't move anymore. It used to point different directions, and now it's just, I think the spring's gone in it. Right, jig. I'm quite impressed with that. That looks the part. So this is, let's say, export chocolate fudge brownie stout. So I'm guessing it's going to be kind of sweet and a bit decadent and a bit rich. Hopefully not too sweet. You don't want it too sweet, but you want it sweet enough, and then the bitterness at the aftertaste at the back of the palate. Yeah, that's kind of what you want, isn't it? Like the Northern Monk North Star ones that I've had so far. I've had 1 and 2. I've got North Star 3 to have. So that'll be coming up, not today, but it'll be coming up shortly. Right, let's go for the aroma. So if you're new to the video, we stick my nose into there and we give it a whiff, see what we can sniff. Oh yeah, that's more like it. Now, the previous video to this, and I'll put them up in order. So the previous video I did the Aldi Jobby, the chocolate orange stout, and it smelled, there wasn't much roasted malt in it, and it smelled like the orange was very artificial. Obviously it is, it's adjunky, but it smelled very artificial and fake, like cheap orangeade, roller cola, cheap orangeade kind of thing that you'd probably buy from Aldi. Whereas this smells a lot more indulgent. Can smell, don't get me wrong, I can smell like a chocolate fudge brownie going on there, but I can really smell like a smoky roasted malt. Bit of black coffee espresso essence to it. It just smells like a better beer. It smells like a more indulgent, more really nice. Oh, I could smell that. That is the kind of thing, it smells to me like a coffee shop. You know, if you go in a coffee shop and they have, you know, you can smell the coffee roasting. Take away the heat element, so the smell of the roastedness, but without the hot smell, the heat of it. But still, you got the roasted coffee or the roasted malt. suppose roasted malted barley and cocoa, coffee beans are very similar, which is why you get those flavours from this kind of beer, from a stout. But just smell that coffee roasting away, and then you get to smell, you order a brownie or something and you smell that and the coffee, and that's what you're getting from this. So it's 100% delivering on what it says on the tin. Should we give it a try? I think we should. Right, bottoms up down the hatch. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Very, very, very nice. Very nice on the flavour and the aroma. The mouthfeel, however, is a bit thin. Certainly thinner than I was expecting. Right, should we do a bit of laser vision? The head has disappeared a bit, but if we jig it around, look, it'll come back. Look at that. Look at that jig in that glass. Look at it. Turn it around a bit. There you go. Jig around in that glass. It looks superb. Yeah, there you go. There's the bubbles chasing the bottom of the head. Better than it did on the Aldi Stout. I'm not surprised it's almost double the price. Oh, it's really bringing out the roasted malt now. Now it smells more roasty, coffee, espresso. Oh. Lovely. In terms of flavours, lovely. So, I'll go through some flavours in a second, but I do want to touch on the mouthfeel. I know I said it does taste a bit thin. I was expecting this to be quite thick and gloopy for a 7.4% stout. You'd expect a slightly thicker body than this. I want to say that when you do put it in your mouth, it's really fizzy on the first instance, so it's quite highly carbonated rather than soft. But I'd expect it to be coating the sides of my mouth a bit more, a bit gloopy. Not necessarily like tar, but just something, and it just sort of fizzes down and disappears. So the mouthfeel and the body and the carbonation is quite high, and the body is quite thin, which is a shame. So it's letting the beer down, really. But taste-wise, it delivers. Oh, that aroma's to die for. It's actually better the longer you hold it in your mouth. So you're definitely getting like zinginess from probably the roasted malt down the sides of your tongue, the fizz, and you're getting sweetness down the middle. So you're definitely getting the chocolate and the fudge. You're getting that brownie essence. You're getting a bit of zinginess in a way down the sides of your tongue, which is probably coming from the roasted malt that gives it a little bit of bitterness. And then on the back end, it's quite dry. The aftertaste is quite dry, and a bit roasted malt espresso aftertaste of coffee dryness. Overall, it's pretty sweet though. It's a sweet beer rather than a sort of imperial stout or a Russian stout or anything like that. Right, let's get the rest of it in. Couldn't tell you if there's any floaty bits in there because it's way too dark to know. Jig, 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 jig. Beautiful. She looks beautiful, doesn't she? Oh, lovely smell. Flavour's there, the flavour is there. Yes, you're definitely getting the chocolate, the fudge, the brownie. But you're getting a little hint of bitterness at the back, which doesn't make it too sweet, which is a great thing. Right, so it's won these awards. Let's have a look and see what information we've got on the can. So it says, we're proud to bring you the next instalment in the Brownie Hunter series. This export strength stout has even more mouthfeel and flavour than its lower percentage counterpart. Chocolate fudge brownie on the nose and hitting you hard on the palate until the very last drop will be sure to please sweet treat lovers. So, ingredients are malted barley, oats, hops, yeast, flavouring and lactose. It's got a bitterness of 28 IBUs and the colour is I30EBC, unfined and unfiltered beer. I have no idea what the colour means, but 28 IBUs, yeah, it's not a heavily bittered beer, but it's not going to be, it's a chocolate fudge brownie stout. Our story, right, as you can see, that writing there is rather small, so bear with me while I squint and try and read this. Our story, Childe Brewing Co. is the brainchild of Keir McAllister Wilde and was born out of a Leeds-based garage in 2016. In a market saturated by lower strength blonde ales, he decided to launch his company with 3 super strong beers, with the aim of grabbing people's attention. Needless to say, it worked. Just under 2 years later, he transitioned away from his one-man operation in the garage up to an industrial premises, and we now work with customers all over the UK, and we're also branching into Europe. Our aim is to produce big and bold beers that provoke you into thinking about what you're consuming and take you on a journey based around extreme flavour. So yeah, Wild Child, as I say, the other one that I had from theirs was a stout. It was pretty decent, it was alright. It's the Explicit Emphasis, I think it was called. Don't think it was as heavy as this. I think it was about 6% or something. This is 7.4. But this has been brewed obviously for the supermarket. But then again, it's won those awards. It has won the World Beer Awards. So, World Beer Awards. It's not just like a regional thing. World Beer. So, you know, people have judged this from all around the world and they've liked it. On smell alone, that is divine. Tastes really good. It's just a little bit thin on the mouthfeel, that's all. But the smell and the taste makes up for it. So rating wise, I like it and I'd buy it again. Yeah, it's 7.4%, so I wouldn't session it, but I'd buy it again. So it gets a thumbs up. I'm going to give it a bit more than that. It doesn't get 2 thumbs up because of that disappointing mouthfeel, but I'm going to give it about there, so a thumb and 3/4, if you like. So it's a bit more than a thumb and a half, thumb and 3/4, because I really, really, really do like the taste and the smell. Just the body that's just a little, I'd like a little bit more. For my tastes, this is all opinion based. So a thumb and 3/4 from me. If they still have that down your local Morrisons, go get some. It's really nice. It'd be really quite a nice treat. If you've got someone in your family that likes darker beers or stouts, or they want something a bit more indulgent over the festive period, go grab a can or 2 of that. £3 or £3.50 at tops. Good stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again for another beer review here in the future. Enjoy your Christmas period, people. Ciao for now.